This is a review video / redirect video for Code Geass Season 2, Episodes 16 and 17. Why is it off? Is that really off? Hold on. Center. Okay, it was slightly off. It just looks way off for some reason. Is that off? Okay, that looks better. Okay, anyway. Click in the link in the description below to go watch my reaction to this episode, or these episodes. Next week we do two more, Wednesday we do two more episodes for Code Geass, and then next week is the final final 6 episodes of the season, and then the week afterwards we do the movies and everything and all that good stuff. So click away now or be spoiled as to what happened in these episodes. Okay, so my goodness, we had a good, well, it was good and bad kind of stuff, but we had stuff with Lelouch and Suzaku. Suzaku was betrayed by Britannia. I mean, it was kind of betrayed. It wasn't really betrayed. They're all in the same team, maybe. I'm hoping Suzaku at some point realizes Britannia's mistake and goes against them, kind of thing. Maybe this is the catalyst for that. Maybe at some point Suzaku's gonna actually help Lelouch break down Britannia. So Lelouch was captured just for a brief moment, but he was captured. He had a small talk with his older brother, Schneisel. No. Is this a Schneisel? I can't remember. Schneisel the one that's already dead. One of the brothers. It doesn't really matter. He had a conversation with his older brother about in the car and everything, and then he did like the kind of, collar thing, and that made the one knight think Lelouch is his princess. Is she a princess? Royalty. The one girl. Purple hair. Yeah. He then released Lelouch, and then they got in, or he got into his suit, his nightmare, and then they went off to fight for the Japan battle. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the battle takes place, what kind of other tricks that Lelouch has up his sleeve. I'm wondering if he's going to just get rid of Zero and just be himself now. I mean, he's in a nightmare, so it's kind of hard to tell whether that is the case now or not. But Britannia already knows who Zero is. So, if anything, Britannia, as a marketing thing, could call him out, kind of thing. Be like, Zero is this person, and he is royalty. He's like Britannian blood, kind of thing. They could do so much to ruin his image just by the fact that they know who he is now. I mean, the Emperor knew for a long time, but he hasn't said anything. He's got some kind of ploy up his scheme to, or ploy up his scheme? No, ploy up his. I'm confusing myself now. He's got a plan up his sleeve. Or he has reasons to hide the fact that Lelouch is Zero, kind of thing. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff there that I'm sure he's got plans for. Then we had the Emperor actually come back. At the beginning of the episode, it was like, the Emperor's gone. I don't know where he went. He's vanished, and then all of a sudden he's back again. So I don't know what that was about. Maybe he was rendezvousing with the rest of his team kind of thing that helps with the whole Geass code stuff. Um, I didn't really get a good look at the Emperor himself to see if he had a code power other than V's power. Um, but yeah, it's definitely interesting for sure. Because I was really hoping that Lelouch got got C2's power, um, her code power. I was really hoping that was the case. Um, but it looks like he doesn't have it. She doesn't have it. So there's only obviously one person that probably has it. It's definitely the Emperor for sure. He's already got V2's power, but now he's got C2's power, which is interesting. So what I'm kind of wondering is like C2, V2, so on and so forth. V2 at some point became uh well yeah, V2 became V2 at some point in their childhood kind of thing. C2 became C2 in like the medieval ages, so C2 has been around for a lot longer than V2 has. So it makes me think, who did V2 have to kill to gain their power? Or was he an experiment to force themselves onto the power of code? Or was it like a happy accident kind of thing that happened with them, and then they started like experimenting with it and seeing what they can do with it and making things, whatever like that. I don't know. A lot of questions with that really in my mind, but maybe in time we'll slowly kind of understand the history of Geass and the code power. Yeah. But yeah, I had these are really good episodes. So right now Lelouch is feeling betrayed, because he put all of his faith into Suzaku and Suzaku betrayed him. So now he's got like a vendetta, against Suzaku now, seeing how Suzaku was like practically his only friend, who like kind of truly understood and knew all about him, kind of thing. His zero side, his actual side, so on and so forth. So, long term kids, friends as kids, kind of thing. So he's got this kind of vendetta now that he knows that Suzaku betrayed him, even though Suzaku was just being followed by the brother, because he knew something was up, and now the brother knows about Geass now, so that's probably going to be interesting to see if he's going to start to kind of delve into that world and then realize the Emperor has Geass and code, which, if you think about it, wouldn't the Emperor? Well, I guess they have been doing that. Sorry, I had like kind of a side thought about having the ability to just give Geass to like literally anybody and just have them go out and do stuff. But that's literally what he's done. Well, he didn't do it, but V2 did. In the underground kind of base settlement, whatever you want to call it, in the desert. They had those little kids that they all had Geass. The one that was like, puppeteering, the guy's movements and so on and so forth. So all the kids had him. Rolo was one of them at one point. So they have just given powers out to kids just to have them use it and, whatever, get better at it. But we haven't seen the Emperor do it yet. So maybe he hasn't done it yet, or he has done it, we just don't know about it yet. But you would think you just do it to anybody. Like any of the knights, Knight of One, maybe gave him one. That's why his eyes all go shut. Like he has to like rip open the bandage and all of a sudden it's like, Geass power. Or something. I don't know. I just like I'm just kind of trying to think. Like the Emperor's got some plan up his sleeve to do something. Obviously he's immortal, so he's not gonna die. So he can at least go out there and fight himself, or for him, not for himself. Fight on his own behalf, kind of thing. Be his own knight, essentially. to do fight and so on and so forth. I mean, even that probably wouldn't be good either ways because he is immortal, but he does take damage. Like C2 V2, they took in damage before, and they just shrugged it off kind of in a way. But it did affect them when they got hurt. They did like fall to the ground and they got back up, kind of thing. So there was like a moment of like dying, but then didn't die. Like getting the spear thrown at V2's head, or dagger or whatever it was. It's like stuck in his head, and he's like, he fell over and everything. And he's like sitting there for a while, and then he's like, he got up, took it out. So if the Emperor did that, I mean, if they did it enough times, they could just imprison him, kind of thing, and make him so you can't leave or can't do anything, just like they did with C2. C2 was in like that kind of core thing, and she was stuck in there. So they can do a lot of things. They can do a lot of things to take down the Emperor if he was in front of them, like fighting an army by himself, whatever like that. So he's got some kind of plan up his sleeve. It looks like they're activating some kind of Ragnarok 6 system, which, in my eyes, is like a world-ending kind of thing that happens. So we shall see what happens. Freaking dude was like Excalibur sword, kind of thing. Which, if the sword was that powerful, he'd just be able to go over to like the pyramid mothership thing, the gold one, and just like slash it in the middle or, whatever, and just do like a significant amount of damage to it. They didn't need to bring down one of their own ships that was already crashing, I guess, but they were going to drag the ship into the mothership so that way they could like do a significant amount of damage. But the dude had freaking Excalibur with him, so he probably did some more damage with that than the actual ship could. I mean, the ship could probably do a lot of damage too as well, but if this new nightmare weapon sword thing, is powerful enough, it could probably take down that whole entire mothership just by itself, let's be honest. But I don't know. We'll see what happens in the next fight. We're not sure if the whole battle has stopped. We're not sure if it's on a break right now because the Japan battle's happening. So I wasn't sure if they're gonna like split forces and be like, we gotta save Japan, and then just like rush off to do that and like leave like the pyramid motherships and stuff like that there. I don't know. No idea. I mean, I guess technically it's Japan, right? Because like they were attacking on one side of Japan, but then Lush came in from a different side, and then now everybody else is coming in from different sides. So it's just like, I guess from where they are, they're still kind of in the battle for Japan. So I guess they wouldn't abandon that post. They would still the Knight of One. He'd still be fighting there to defend that coastline kind of thing, and then once he's done, move on to somewhere else. Theory. So in theory. So yeah. That's pretty much all I think I have to say about these episodes. Wednesday, like I mentioned before, we have 2 more episodes to finish up or to continue on with the series. Episode 18 and 19. So that'll be done this Next Monday, episode 2021. And then next Wednesday, Wednesday, the 20th, episode 22 through the 25th. So 4 episodes. And then the movies and stuff after that, which to my knowledge, we're still going to do 1 movie a reaction. Pretty sure that's what we're doing. Yep. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys Wednesday for some more Code Geass. Should be lots of fun to see what's going to happen. Anything could happen at this point. Anything. Forget Ragnarok could be just like world-shattering ending, game over, everything's done, whatever. Who knows? So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys this Wednesday for some more Code Geass. Take care, buddy.